Hey folks, welcome back to Bama Performance and Vintage Chainsaws. You're back with your host Nick DeForster, and this afternoon we're trying something new. This is the third video I'm making of this style called Tailgate Tech Talk, Chainsaw Tech Talk. Whatever, doesn't matter. On some of the saws I know a fair amount about, some I don't know a fair amount about, but maybe useful information to you. So, for this episode, we are talking about the Mcculloch 10 series. That includes any of your 110s, 210s, 310s, 410s, 510s, 610s, 710s, 700s. Let's see what else. And 1010s, right hand start, left hand start, you name it. I think that's most of all of them. Your Pro 55s, Pro Max 60s. There's so many different of this same style, body style. This one is a Pro Max 1010. And yes, it is running a 28-inch bar, full chisel. Do I usually run that on a 54cc saw? No. It will do it. It is very slow. You cannot put a whole lot of pressure on it or it will stall, but this is not a 54cc saw. The body was from a 54cc saw, but this is actually a 700. This is our Franken saw. This is a Pro Max 700 engine in a 54cc body. So that's one reason I love this body style so much, is there's a lot that you can change and use from different models. They're very, very similar. Like I said, this one's 70cc because of the engine. I was able to use body parts off of 1010, 54cc. Things to look out for on these, most issues I see are crank seals. Most of your 10 series are 1010s, 110s, 210s, 310s, 410s, 510s. I'm not sure about 610s. I think there's still 710s. And most of your 1010s, besides your 1010S, your 1010 Super, they are all iron bore. They're rock solid. I mean, can take a lot of abuse and just run. Now your chrome saws, they're a whole lot better than what's behind there. Your 800 series, 82cc. I don't see them flake near as much. It could be because a little bit better chroming on these smaller saws, a little less power output, or most of the time, like your 55s, Pro Max 55s, I see them all the time. Look fantastic inside. They had a single jet carb. They had a fixed high jet. It was governed. It cleaned up in a cut, but I mean, it overfuels 9% of the time. So that's why they look fantastic. But the iron bores, rock solid. You can bore them out to 30 or 40 over if you still find a piston, somebody to do it. Most of your flywheels interchange. You can make this saw a right or left hand started if you use a clutch and a different clutch, one from a right hand start and a clutch cover with the pull handle. I mean, there's all different things you can do with these. That's why I love them so much. Between these and the A2 cc's, they have my heart. This one, 70cc, I typically run 24, 28 on it. Doesn't matter. It'll pull both of them pretty good. Typically came with typically your 1-10s, 2-10s, 3-10s. They either came with 1 or 2 carbs. It'll be a Walbra cube style. Occasionally you'll find a Tillotson cube style on there, or the Mcculloch bullfrog carb. I tend to shy away from those. They're hard to find parts for. They're hard to tune. I just don't deal with them much. I prefer the Walbro Tilson cube style carbs. They're very easy to get going. You can convert from a bullfrog carb to a cube style carb. Just gotta drill some holes in your tank side, but you can do it. And you need one spacer. But yeah, most of the time with these, you see crank seals is the biggest one. Occasionally the seal between the body and the engine, it's just a gasket, or two gaskets, and in between is a spacer plate. Occasionally they'll leak. Fuel lines, if you run ethanol fuel in these saws, your line will shrink, and where it enters into the fuel tank, it will start leaking because it shrinks. It doesn't fill the hole as well. Gas caps will leak. You can get new duct valves put in them, make those quit leaking. The fuel line, you can either use what I've been doing, which is a through barb and 2 pieces of Tailgate, or you can get this grommet. I'll put the link in the description to the grommet I used, and 5/16 Tailgate. I use True Blue. What else? Some of your later Walbro carbs on these saws, I don't know where they're manufactured. You'll be able to spot them out. They look different than any of the older Walbros. The diaphragm side, I find with those, the throttle shaft will wear out the where it goes into the body, and you'll get an air leak there, and you will chase around air leaks like you don't know. So I've started buying, for those saws, buying the cheap 272 clone Chinese. That's what's on this saw. Chinese Tilson HS 260. You can make them work on here. They're adjustable high and low jet, adjustable idle. Got to drill one hole in the throttle arm, throttle linkage. Just got to drill it lower than the one that's already on it, and then flip around to your choke lever, to where when your choke is open, the lever is pointing this way, where on a 272 it would be pointing the opposite direction. I've got videos on it if you look back in the channel when I put this one on there, and then you just gotta make a choke linkage arm, which gotta actually reconnect this one. It's falling out. There we go. See if I can bend it up just a little bit. There we go. But other than that, like I said, these are mainly rock solid points. You'll occasionally have a condenser go out. I've had one, maybe two, in the 5 or 7 years I've been working on these, go out. Points, typically just gotta clean them up, re-gap them, and they're good to go. I haven't really ran across one that the points were truly shot on. Other than that, oiler, automatic oiler, and manual override, they're pretty bulletproof. Never really see any issues with those. Only other thing I have seen is the bolts that go through the oil tank to hold the cylinder on. They have a rubber grommet. If those wear out or break, then you will get an air leak there. Sorry, my fiance's pulling up. Other than that, that's about it. I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all learned something. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And hope y'all have a blessed day. No deuces loves you, and we will catch y'all on the next one. Thanks, y'all.